Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am Mark Hatcher representing the Amazon Global Sales Team, more specifically, Amazon Turkey. Later, I'll be joined by two of our senior product managers, Kristen Holland and Manish Bhardwaj, followed by a question and answer session. We're here to speak with you about Customer Service by Amazon, or CSBA, the latest breakthrough to meet customer and seller needs. Customer Service by Amazon, CSBA, is an optional paid feature that allows selling partners to transfer customer service on your self-fulfilled orders to Amazon. There are 5 benefits for enrolling in CSBA, and they're outlined here. Scalability on demand, live channel support, localized language support, enhanced performance, and reduced time and cost. The applicability and relevance of each benefit varies depending upon your company's business model. I'll explain more as we move on. The sample quote on your screen was taken from an actual seller. Listen to what the seller said. As much as I want to improve customer service, I am unable, given the language and cultural barrier. And my employees can only operate in work hours in a different time zone. Some of the challenges sellers face when they don't have Customer Service by Amazon include buyer-seller messaging, which is similar to email, is the only channel available for customers to receive support. Time zones and language differences can be difficult to overcome, often leading to longer response and wait times for the customers, and we don't want that. And scaling customer service can be resource intensive, especially for a growing seller. CSBA allows you to address all of these challenges. Now, let's look at things from the lens of the customer. The sample quote you see on the screen was taken from an actual customer. The customer said, communicating with sellers in their bad English and my bad English, we spend lots of time fighting each other. There's also a time difference. It typically takes 16 hours for them to see your message, review your questions, and then another 2 to 3 days to respond. Without Customer Service by Amazon, customers face any number of challenges. Those challenges include delay in response time from the email-only channel I referenced earlier, potential language barriers that prevent them from getting the answers they seek, and varying seller partner policies that can become quite confusing. CSBA can remedy all of these things. CSBA delivers results for our selling partners. We have collected insights since launching the pilot, and we found a few things that you may find interesting. First, AZ claims are down 42% from the launch baseline. ODR, also known as order defect rate, or bad orders, were down 38%. And negative feedback rate is 37% lower than the launch baseline as well. So far, according to our selling partners who've enrolled in CSBA, we have only a 2% disapproval rate. That's outstanding. That means 98% approval rate. We take that any day. Let's look at a couple of more seller anecdotes. One selling partner told us, after we joined CSBA, customer contacts were handled for us. Currently, we only need to respond to 5 to 10 inquiries per week, resulting in a workload reduction of around 85%. As many seller partners struggle with pandemic-related workforce staffing issues, CSBA can be an avenue for relief. Less internal work means the team is free to manage other value-added tasks. CSBA as a workforce reduction tool, as the icon shows, speaks volumes. As this anecdote attests, even in tough situations, CSBA can be a powerful tool. The anecdote reads, recently, due to our mistake, our orders couldn't be shipped on time. Your great support explaining to customers what happened and why helped to avoid negative feedback, and that was highly appreciated. Remember, bad reviews can be game changers for successful customers. This seller anecdote is evident that even after an error has been made, CSBA can help to mitigate a negative customer review and feedback. Now, I'm going to invite my colleague, Christian Holland, to the stage to show us how this could look in real-life scenarios.
Thanks, Mark. As you mentioned, my name is Christian Holland, and I'm a product manager on the CSBA team. We covered a lot of material on what CSBA can do for both our selling partners and also the customer. Now, let's dive in and see how this plays out by taking a look at a few demo scenarios. Up first, we have Rachel, who recently purchased a piano bench as a gift from a selling partner who is not enrolled in CSBA. Rachel has become a bit anxious after checking the shipping status and finding that the last update came several days ago and it still hasn't left China. She goes into her Amazon app and navigates to the item, and as Mark mentioned earlier, is only able to submit a buyer-seller email message to ask the seller for a status update. She sends this message, and now all she can do is wait. And it can take several days for a response to come back, and waiting around really doesn't help to put Rachel at ease here. Now, let's replay that scenario with Rachel, except this time, let's assume she purchased the piano bench from a seller who is enrolled in CSBA. So, same situation, Rachel's still anxious that this gift won't show up on time, so she navigates to the order in the Amazon app and clicks through explaining that she hasn't received her order. However, this time, she's met with new options versus the email-only message from earlier. Rachel can now choose between having an agent call her back on the phone, or she can be directly connected to an agent over chat right away. Rachel chooses the chat route to gain immediate support and is directly connected with a customer service agent from Amazon. She explains to the agent that she's placed the order and would like an update on the status of the delivery. The CSA works to first confirm some information regarding delivery address, which Rachel promptly has ready to go. Then behind the scenes, the CSA checks the tracking ID for the order and then lets Rachel know that the expected delivery date is still showing to be August 15th, which is still going to be an on-time shipment. Now, Rachel, receiving a bit of new information, is feeling some instant relief. The agent then double checks to make sure there isn't anything else that we can do for her, which she politely declines and ends the conversation. When Mark mentioned earlier about the impact to the customer satisfaction ratings that CSBA can have, this is a great example of what he was referring to. In that first scenario, Rachel is left waiting for an answer, and the anxiety and the potential frustration continues to build on whether or not her gift's going to deliver on time. But when the seller has CSBA, Rachel can receive immediate support from an agent. And this goes a long way to ease her concerns and reduce the stress of the entire situation. Now, let's take a look at another demo in the following quick video with Ross.
Thank you for calling Amazon. Can you please verify your name and email address for me?
Sure. My name is Ross Doe, and my email address is ross.doe@email.
Hello, Ross. How can I help you?
I purchased this sweet teapot, but I really can't control how much water comes out. It makes a mess. I think there is something wrong with it. If I can't control the water, then I need to return the teapot. It's not working the way I expected.
Do you mind if I place you on hold for a moment to review the product details?
That's fine.
Thank you for your patience. I had a look at the product description, reviews, and the question and answer section. Let's try and troubleshoot. Do you see a hole at the top of the lid?
Yes, I found the hole.
Perfect. Place your finger on top of the hole with a little pressure. That should help you control how much water comes out of the teapot.
Let me try. Ah, this seems to work. Thank you so much.
Great. I'm so glad it works. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm good now.
Well, thank you for calling Amazon. Enjoy your teapot.
What we just saw with Ross and his teapot demonstrates how customer service by Amazon turned what might have been a product return and even a negative review into a happy customer. As an Amazon selling partner, whether your business is growing exponentially and you're looking for some support along the way, Or if you're looking to enter new marketplaces, but you may struggle with the language barrier. When you join CSBA, you get to leverage all of the benefits, the features, and the self-service support tools that Amazon has built up for customer service over the last decades. And we continue to grow and learn. This is only going to get better. Now, I'd like to welcome Manish to the stage to talk more about some of the program details.
Thanks, Christian. Hi, my name is Manish Bhardwaj. I'm a Senior Product Manager with CSBA team. Now that we have talked about the benefits of CSBA and also seen how the customer experience looks like, let's dive a little bit deeper into customer service by Amazon and look at the pricing model, how to sign up, and most importantly, how to earn rewards. To inform the pricing model, we interacted with a lot of sellers. And our sellers tell us that, first, they want CSBA costs to be predictable and simple. And second, they want to be charged according to their usage of the service. Hence, we came up with a pricing model that is directly correlated to units and customer service usage. These are the three main pillars of CSBA pricing model. First, fees will be charged on each self-fulfilled unit, otherwise known as MFN unit, that you ship as part of CSBA. Thus, FBA, that is Fulfillment by Amazon, or SFP, Seller Fulfilled Prime, these units will not be charged as part of CSBA. Second, your fees is tied to your customer service performance. So if you leverage it less, that is fewer customer inquiries, you pay less. And lastly, you will enjoy a 30-day free trial to try out the service for the first time. And CSBA fee rates start from as low as 10 cents per self-fulfilled unit. So let's look at the fee rates in more detail. Now we'll talk about how the fee rate is decided based on your customer service performance. So how do we measure your performance? We measure it through contacts per unit, that is CPU. And in here, contacts are nothing but number of customer inquiries. Customers can reach out to Amazon CS through any of the available channels on retail website. Thus, contacts are defined as number of order-related customer calls, instant messages, and emails resolved by Amazon agents. Pre-sale customer inquiries are not handled by Amazon as part of CSBA. And similarly, units are the number of self-fulfilled units you ship as part of CSBA. Essentially making contacts per unit, or CPU, a measure how many customer inquiries you get per unit. The fewer inquiries per unit you have, a lower fee rate it will be for you, and vice versa. Now to define CPU, we consider your performance over a period of previous 3 months. And this is to safeguard you from any sudden volatility in your performance and hence the fee rate. Thus, in case you had a bad week, it wouldn't affect your overall CPU performance drastically. We also evaluate your customer service performance every month and update your fee rate accordingly. Thus, if you improve your CPU, you can lower your fee rate quickly. To recap, we use trailing 3 months performance to determine and update your fee rate every month. For example, your fee rate for November month will be based on August to October performance and will be communicated to you on 1st of November. And this is so that you can predict CSBA costs and make your decision accordingly. Additionally, we take measures to protect you from higher costs if your CPU is unreliable. For example, if your CPU is in the higher range, but you only shipped fewer units like 30 or less in the previous 3 months, we'll charge you the standard fee instead of a higher fee rate. And the standard fee in this case would be 25 cents. Once we have calculated your CPU, we use the following rate card to decide your fee rate. For example, CPU in the range of 0 to 5% will fall into the first tier, resulting in 10 cents per unit fee. The second tier covers CPU within the range of 5 to 15% and comes with a fee rate of 25 cents per unit. The third tier covers CPU between 15 and 30% with a fee rate of 50 cents per unit. And lastly, if your CPU is greater than 30%, your fee will be 70 cents per unit in the next month. Now let's look at an example to understand this rate card better. And remember, fee rate starts from 10 cents per unit for the CPU under 5%. In this example, we'll see how we calculate your contract per unit, that is CPU, and fee rate, and also get an understanding of overall CSB costs. Let's assume that over the last 3 months, this particular seller had 50 customer contacts. Again, to remind you, what is customer contact? These are the number of order-related customer inquiries resolved by Amazon on your behalf. And these could be through any available channel on the retail website, that is, calls, instant messages, or email. Compared to today, where sellers receive these customer inquiries through email-only channel, which requires more back and forth, leading to potentially higher number of contacts. Okay, so the seller had 50 contacts, and let's assume during the same time period, seller shipped 1,000 self-fulfilled units. That would mean that the seller's contact per unit would be 50 contacts divided by 1,000 units, that is 5%. Hence, the seller's CPU would be 5% in this case. Now, we know from the fee rate card that we just saw that seller in the 0 to 5% CPU range would be in the first fee tier, which is equivalent to 10 cents per unit fee rate as mentioned over here. Thus, this seller's fee rate for the next month would be 10 cents per unit. So we took seller's previous 3 months' performance to decide his or her next month's fee rate. And taking previous 3 months' performance protects the seller from any sudden changes in CPU and also drives better cost predictability. Now, let's understand what the actual CSB cost would look like with this fee rate. So taking the same example, the seller's fee rate is 10 cents per unit. Let's assume that the seller ships 400 self-fulfilled units in the next month. It would mean that the seller will be charged 10 cents per unit for those 400 units shipped in the next month. Thus, the overall CSB cost for the seller would be 10 cents multiplied by 400 units, that is $40 overall. Seller's CSB cost for the entire month would be $40 only. And similarly, we can run a simulation on different contacts and units scenario to predict the CSB cost accordingly for your use case. And just a reminder that the fee would only be charged after your 30-day free trial ended. Now let's talk about how you can sign up for the program. Joining CSBA is just one click away. Just go to your My Services in Seller Central and you'll see the option to opt into CSBA. Once you join CSBA, we'll send you a confirmation email and also start directing your customer inquiries to Amazon CS. Just a note that you will need to handle the customer inquiries for orders placed before your CSB enrollment. And again, when you join it for the first time, you'll receive 30-day free trial. As a CSBA seller, you will also receive monthly reports with key metrics such as your current fee tier and channel level contact volume resolved by Amazon. And as we continue to improve the product, we aim to provide you with more detailed and action-oriented customer analytics to improve your experience. So we invite you to join now. And in case you missed the Seller Central enrollment, you can join directly via the opt-in link in the marketing emails, or also ask your account manager how to opt into CSBA. And hey, we get it. If CSBA is not the right service for you, you may opt out anytime you want without any penalty. We've made it as easy as opting in. Just visit My Services in Seller Central and opt out anytime you want. Once you opt out though, you will no longer be charged and will have to handle customer inquiries on your own. Finally, we have some exciting news to share with you. As part of our continued efforts to delight our customers with a great customer experience, we are rewarding qualified sellers with free CSBA service. We know that our sellers are investing a lot to improve the customer experience, to provide the best delivery experience and seamless return experience. And we want to reward these sellers, help them lower their cost burden as part of CSBA. So to sellers who meet the valid tracking rate, aka VTR, and the Amazon prepaid return label requirements, we will offer CSBA service for free or at a discounted rate based on your CPU. To get free CSBA reward, you need to do these things. First, provide valid tracking information for your packages and maintain a VTR of 95% or higher. Second, streamline the customer returns process through Amazon prepaid return label program and maintain APRL rate of 95% or higher. And third, you have to maintain a CPU of 5% or below. And VTR and APRL are already part of requirements for selling on Amazon.com. So chances are that majority of you will meet these requirements. Now, when you meet these requirements, and as I said, you maintain context per unit below 5%, you will receive CSBA for free. And don't worry, if you meet the requirements but have a CPU above 5%, you'll still receive CSBA rewards just in the form of discounted fee rate. Your eligibility and the discount will be decided each month along with your fee rate decision. Hey, now you're getting the first month for free, and chances are that majority of you will continue getting this service for free if you meet the requirements. We invite you to try it out. Now, our sellers tell us about their challenges to expand to new marketplaces. We know language differences itself can create barriers to getting started in new marketplaces. We are here to help. And this is just to give you a glimpse of what future holds for CSBA. Currently, CSBA is only available in the United States and Japan. But in 2022, CSBA will expand to EU5, that is Germany, UK, Spain, France, and Italy. So be on the lookout.